Before you spend money on a new carry-on or personal item, let's talk about the bags that look fine online but fall apart in real travel. You know the ones: wobbly handles, flimsy wheels, annoying zippers, and layouts that make packing feel like a puzzle you didn't ask for. Airports are rough, overhead bins are tighter than ever, and underseat space is weirdly shaped, so the wrong bag turns every trip into extra stress. I'm not calling out specific brands here. This is about the red flag designs and bad features that quietly ruin your day. If you want a bag that actually survives curbs, gate changes, and crowded aisles, these are the 10 travel failure bags to stop buying. Number 1. The Wobbly-handle roller. If a carry-on has a telescoping handle that feels even a little bit loose, that's not a minor annoyance. It's the start of a slow-motion travel meltdown. You extend the handle, start walking, and the suitcase doesn't track straight. So your arm quietly turns into a steering system the entire time. Tiny corrections, constant tension, and that weird forearm burn you didn't sign up for. Here's the quick test that takes 5 seconds in a store. Extend the handle all the way, hold the grip, and gently twist left-right like you're turning a doorknob. If it rattles, wobbles, or feels like a shopping cart with a bad wheel, skip it. Also try pushing the bag with one finger. A stable handle stays aligned instead of flexing like a fishing rod. What usually causes the problem isn't you packing wrong, it's thin handle tubes, weak mounting points, or a design where the handle rails don't lock firmly. In real travel, you're hitting tile, carpet, cracks in sidewalks, jet bridges, elevator gaps, and the occasional surprise curb. That wiggle turns into vibration, and vibration turns into parts loosening faster. Better signs: the handle glides up smoothly, locks cleanly at each height, doesn't twist much when extended, and the button doesn't feel mushy. Bonus points if the handle has multiple stop heights, so you're not forced into one awkward, hunched-over position. And don't forget the simple lift test. Pick the suitcase up by that handle for a second. If it feels like you're lifting it by a flimsy antenna, that's a preview of what happens the first time you're yanking it out of an overhead bin or grabbing it off a carousel. Number 2. The Dangling-wheel spinner. Wheels are the most common heartbreak on luggage because they're the first thing that takes a hit. The travel failure version is a suitcase where the wheels hang way below the body, like little ankles waiting to get snapped. It looks fine on a smooth showroom floor. Then you hit a curb, a pothole, or a single step, and suddenly one wheel is wobbling like it's had a long night. A lot of cheap spinners attach the wheel with a small peg or a thin bracket, so any sideways oodah, like dragging it up a curb at an angle, can bend the mount. One dead wheel doesn't just roll a little worse, it turns your suitcase into a loud, crooked sled that you have to drag with your shoulder. When you're checking wheels, flip the bag and look at how protected they are. If the wheels are at least partly recessed into the corners, or the housing looks thick and well supported, that's a good sign. Also, look at wheel size. Tiny wheels get bullied by rough surfaces. Slightly larger wheels usually handle cracks and textured sidewalks better. Then do the spin test. Roll the suitcase next to you and also push it in front of you. Cheap wheels chatter, vibrate, and feel rough. Better wheels roll quietly and don't fight you. And here's a real-life detail people forget. Spinners are amazing in airports, but they can be annoying on cobblestones, slanted sidewalks, or rough outdoor paths because they love to drift. If you do a lot of city walking, a two-wheel roller or a hybrid design can be less dramatic outside. The goal isn't spinner bad, it's unprotected. Flimsy wheels are bad. Good wheels should feel like they were designed for abuse, not for posing. Number 3, the too heavy empty bag. This one is sneaky because you don't notice it until you're already packing. Some carry-ons are heavy before you put a single sock inside. That's a problem in 2026 travel because weight rules are all over the place, especially once you mix in smaller planes, strict airlines, or routes where gate agents actually weigh bags. Even if no one weighs it, you still feel it when you lift it into an overhead bin. If your bag is already a workout empty, you're basically donating part of your weight allowance to the suitcase itself. The easy fix is boring but powerful. Weigh the suitcase empty at home, or in the store if they'll let you. Pick it up with one hand. If you immediately think, Why is this so heavy? Trust that instinct. The tricky part is balance. You don't want paper-thin, flimsy luggage, but you also don't need a tank. A lot of the heavy comes from thick frames, chunky hardware, and extra layers that don't actually protect the parts that fail first. Wheels, handles, zippers, corners. Those are the stress points. If a bag is heavy because it has stronger corners, reinforced wheel housings, and sturdy handle mounts, that can be worth it. If it's heavy because it has decorative metal bits, thick inner panels that eat space, or random built-in organizers you'll never use, that's just dead weight. Another thing, heavy bags also trick you into overpacking because they feel serious, like you should fill them. Then you're the one hauling a brick through an airport. A smarter bag feels manageable empty, rolls easily, and leaves the weight for your actual stuff. Number 4. The Crack and Scuff Hardshell. Hardshell luggage can be great, but the travel failure version is the shiny, brittle shell that looks gorgeous on day 1 and looks like it survived a bar fight by trip 2. The big issue isn't just cosmetics. Some shells scratch easily, and that's annoying, but the real problem is cracking at stress points, corners, around the zipper track, or near the wheel mounts. If the plastic is brittle, one hard impact can create a crack that spreads, and once a shell cracks, it can start catching on things, letting moisture in, or just slowly falling apart. You can spot risky shells with a simple flex check. Press your palm into the side panel. You're not trying to bend it in half, just see if it has a little give and rebounds smoothly. If it feels extremely rigid and glass-like, that can be a red flag. Also look at the corners. Rounded corners and built-in corner guards usually survive better than sharp, edgy corners that take direct hits. Finish matters too. Ultra-glossy shells love showing every scratch, and they can look wrecked fast even if they're structurally okay. A textured finish hides wear better and doesn't scream brand new Target in busy places. The other thing people forget is the zipper track area. If the shell is thin right where the zipper is attached, that's a common failure zone because the shell flexes, the zipper path gets stressed, and eventually the seam can separate. A good hard shell feels like it was designed to take hits at corners and edges, not just to look cute in your hallway. Number 5, the zipper that hates you. A bag is only as reliable as the thing keeping it closed, and that's usually the zipper. The travel failure bag has a zipper that snags, splits, or feels rough from the start. And when zippers fail, they fail at the worst times. Like when you're half-packed, rushing, and the zipper suddenly jumps off the track. There are a few quick tests that save you later stress. First, run the zipper fast, not slow. A decent zipper still feels smooth when you zip quickly. If it catches when you move at a normal pace, it's going to catch even more when the bag is full and under pressure. Second, look at the zipper path. Is it forced around tight corners with no reinforcement? Tight corners are where cheap zippers start to separate. Third, check the pull tabs. If the pull feels sharp, flimsy, or like it could snap, that's a hint about the overall quality. Another overlooked issue. Cheap zippers can snag fabric, especially on soft bags where loose lining or straps get in the way. That's why internal compression straps and clean interior panels matter. They keep fabric away from the zipper, so you're not accidentally zipping your shirt into your suitcase like it's a sandwich bag. Also, on backpacks and totes, think about how you actually open it. If the main zipper opens in a way where stuff can spill out when you reach in, that's going to be a constant little stress. Better is a zipper layout that opens in the direction your hand naturally moves, with a lip or panel that keeps items from tumbling out when you're grabbing your charger or passport. Number 6, the pocket maze personal item. Some bags have so many pockets, they basically turn into a scavenger hunt. On paper, it sounds amazing. Look, 18 pockets. But in real travel, too many pockets can become chaos. You forget where you put things. You end up with random items scattered everywhere. And you spend way too long doing that frantic pocket padding routine at security. The travel failure version is a bag where the pockets don't match real behavior. Like a pocket that's technically quick access, but it's buried under a flap, blocked by compression straps, or only reachable when the bag is fully open. Or a front pocket that opens downward, so when you unzip it, everything tries to escape like it's making a run for it. Think about your top 5. Reach for it constantly items: phone, wallet, passport, ID, earbuds, charger, maybe meds or lip balm. You want one true quick access pocket that you can open with one hand without unpacking your life. Then you want one tech space that keeps cables and small gadgets together so they don't tangle. Everything else can live in the main compartment. Another thing, seat access. When you're sitting on a plane, you can't always fully open a bag under the seat. So clamshell openings that open flat can be awkward in tight spaces, while top access openings can be easier, unless they're designed badly and become a deep black hole. A smart personal item is simple. The pockets you need are reachable, the rest doesn't distract you, and the bag opens in a way that doesn't punish you for grabbing one thing mid-flight. Number 7. The Underseat brick. This is the personal item bag that looks compact and structured but refuses to squish. It's basically a mini suitcase pretending to be a personal item, and it becomes a problem the second you hit a smaller aircraft or a tight underseat space. Underseat areas aren't a perfect rectangle. They're weird. There are bars, seat supports, electronics boxes, and shapes that change depending on the plane. A bag that can flex a little has a better chance of fitting than a rigid brick that demands perfect geometry. The fastest way to judge this is the smoosh test. Push down on the top and sides. You're not trying to crush it, just see if it gives enough to adapt. If it's stiff like a storage bin, it's going to fight you, and you'll end up doing the awkward shove and pray move under the seat. And when it doesn't fit, you're suddenly stuck. You either have to rearrange items in the aisle, gate check something, or hold it at your feet like you're hugging a suitcase. A better personal item has a little structure, so it doesn't collapse into a sad pile, but it can compress when needed. Bonus points if it has soft corners instead of hard edges, because hard edges catch on seat frames. Also watch the too wide problem. Some bags are built like a wide rectangle that only fits one way, and if your seat area is narrow, you're out of luck. A slightly narrower bag with more depth often fits under more seats because it can slide in lengthwise without scraping everything. Number 8. The Strap Spaghetti Backpack. Backpacks are supposed to make travel easier, but the travel failure backpack is the one with straps hanging everywhere, like loose shoelaces. It looks fine until you're rushing, and then a strap catches on a seat armrest, a security bin, a stroller handle, or the corner of a door. Suddenly, you're doing that awkward yank while people are trying to pass. Loose straps also get gross fast because they drag on floors and pick up dirt, and then that dirt ends up on your clothes. When you're choosing a backpack, look for strap management, little elastic keepers, loops, or clean ways to roll up and secure extra strap length. Check the shoulder straps too. If they're thin and stiff, they'll dig into you. If they're padded but floppy with no shape, they can slide around and feel unstable. For adult travel, comfort matters because you might be wearing it longer than you planned. Missed train, long terminal walk, unexpected gate change. A chest strap can help stabilize the load, but it shouldn't be complicated or painfully placed. Also pay attention to the back panel. If it's totally flat and sweaty, it'll feel gross on warm days. A little airflow structure helps, and if you travel with a roller suitcase sometimes, a luggage pass-through sleeve is a small feature that saves your sanity, sliding the backpack onto the suitcase handle so it's not constantly slipping off. Without that sleeve, you end up balancing it like a circus act, and that's exactly when straps snag on everything around you. Number 9. The No Grab Point Bag. You don't realize how much you grab your bag until you have a bag that's annoying to grab. The travel failure version has one sad handle in the wrong place, or handles that are too thin, or no side handle at all. Then you're lifting it into an overhead bin by hugging it like a giant baby, or you're yanking it out from under the seat by the shoulder strap, which is a great way to stress seams. A practical travel bag needs multiple grab points, a top handle that feels solid, and ideally a side handle so you can lift it sideways without twisting your wrist. For duffels and totes, the handles should be comfortable when the bag is heavy, not just cute when it's empty. Look at how handles are attached. Strong bags usually have reinforced stitching. Often you'll see heavy box stitching patterns, because the handle area takes a beating. On roller bags, also check the bottom area. Sometimes you naturally grab the bottom to lift it upstairs or into a trunk, If the bottom has no grip and is slippery, you end up grabbing the wheel area, and that's dirty. And one more detail that saves frustration: balance. When you pick the bag up by the top handle, does it hang level, or does it nosedive? A bag that always tips forward is annoying in elevators, lines, and overhead bins because it never sits right. Number 10. The disposable, unfixable bag. The worst travel failure bag isn't always the one that breaks the fastest. It's the one you can't repair. Some bags are basically built to be thrown away. Wheels that aren't replaceable, handle parts that are glued or riveted in a way you can't service, weird proprietary pieces you can't get later, or seams that are sealed in a way that can't be restitched. That means a small failure, one wheel, one broken pull, one cracked corner, turns into whole bag is done. Before you buy, look for signs it was designed like a product you can keep. Are there visible screws on wheel housings instead of mystery plastic caps? Does the brand talk about spare parts or repairs? Does the design look like components could be swapped without destroying the bag? Also think about the interior. Dark lining looks sleek, but it can turn the inside into a cave where small items disappear. A lighter interior makes it easier to spot chargers, earbuds, and tiny essentials fast. Cleaning matters too. If the material stains easily and can't be wiped down, the bag will start looking tired even if it's still functioning. A bag that can be repaired, cleaned, and kept going is the opposite of a travel failure bag, because one small problem doesn't automatically become an expensive replacement. You're not buying luggage, you're buying how many trips it survives before it quits.